So many of the people that I've seen have had tremendous results in their lives. Joyous things happen materially and relationships and health-wise. Don't seem to put out that much energy to get them, seem to put out less than a lot of the other folks. So where does the physical work, or action as we call it, part fit into your recipe for creating what we want?
Your thought is the beginning of all creating, and your action follows forth from the thought. Your action is more powerful than thought, actually, for it is thought reinforced with word and reinforced with physical movement. Your thought, word, and action all dovetail together rather nicely in this creative process. As you set forth your thought of what you are wanting in your future, you say, I'm wanting health, I'm wanting vitality, I'm wanting prosperity, I'm wanting safety, I'm wanting harmonious interaction with others. You set forth a sort of pre-paving of your future. When you say today that tomorrow you are intending to accomplish such and such, you begin the paving of tomorrow even before you get there. And so the action in the moment does not need to do so much of the work if your thought in advance has done more of the pre-paving. You are more physical action sort of beings now because you are not yet understanding the power of your thought. When you are better at applying your deliberate thought, there will not be so much action for you to tend to. For example, let us say that you are walking down a street and you look over and you see that there is a big bully, by your estimation, beating up on a smaller person. And the smaller one is really being hurt. You are faced with an uncomfortable choice, for your options seem to you in the speed of this moment to be only two. You can get involved and perhaps risk your own safety, or you may walk away and let them live their own experience, letting whatever happens happen. In either case, you are not happy, for you are not wanting to get hurt yourself, and you are not wanting the other one to be hurt. You are at the point of action, and no matter how much thought you think right now, the thought is too late. Now you must take action one way or another. You must stay and fight or run. Had you 10 years ago, 5 years ago, 1 year ago, or even 1 day ago, even this morning, set forth your clear intent for safety, you would not find yourself in this position, for the universe would have provided a different set of circumstances for you. The one who sees himself as Savior, the one who sees himself saving little ones from big ones, finds himself walking into that sort of situation often by his pre-paving of intent.
I have told people that my observation had been that those who worked the hardest had the least, and those who worked the least had the most through life. And yet somebody had to dig the potatoes and milk the cows and drill the holes for the oil, and do the hard work. Explain to me how it all works out so that each of us can still have what we want no matter what has to be done.
You are living in what we see as a perfectly balanced universe. If you could see yourself as a chef in a well-stocked kitchen, all ingredients that have ever been imagined are there in abundant proportion to make whatever sort of recipe you are wanting. It is our absolute knowing that if your society decided that they did not want to do a certain task, that by the power of your wanting, you would come forth with another way of doing it, another idea.
What are the chief differences in our life in physical form and your life in non-physical form? What do we have that you don't have?
We must point out to you that while you are a physical being here focused in the physical, that there is a part of you that exists even now simultaneously in the non-physical dimension. It is a matter of focus. Here you are focused in a physical dimension where you are entered into the agreements of this physical time and space and all of the earthly laws that exist. It is a nice environment for fine-tuning your knowledge. For here, your thoughts do not translate into instant equivalent. You have a buffer of time. And so as you set forth your thoughts of what you are wanting, you must become very clear, clear enough that emotion comes forth before you begin the attracting process. And even then you must allow it and expect it into your experience before it comes. And that sort of buffer provides you much opportunity to be very clear. If you were in a dimension where you're instantly manifesting, you would spend more of your time trying to get rid of your mistakes, as many of you are doing anyway, than you would in creating the things that you are wanting.
What is it in that buffer zone that culls out the unwanted from our thoughts before it physically manifests?
In most cases, it is not culled out. That is why most people you know have a little bit of the things they like and a little bit of the things that they don't like. They are creating most everything by default because they do not understand the rules of the game. They do not understand the laws. But to one who is coming to understand these universal, eternal laws, and by that we mean they exist even in your ignorance of them and they exist in all dimensions, for those, then their awareness to the way they are feeling is what makes the difference.